Hey, hey, hey! Heads up, bitches. Welcome to another episode of Cut the Shit. I am Christian Tucker, giving you just another idiot's view of the world. I will be ranting and raving about this week's crap that has caught my attention for its stupidity or its uniqueness or its newsworthiness, or at least what I deem newsworthy anyways. As always, don't forget to catch us on the web at www.cuttheshitalready.com. There you will find links to hit to subscribe to our podcast. Also, you'll find a link to Twitter. Our Twitter handle is at PLZCutTheShit, as well as Facebook. You can go to www.facebook.com/cuttheshitalready/. Got something good to say or pass along? Do it at any of these locations. Got some putrid shit to spew my direction? Do it there also, dirtbag. We welcome it all. Okay, so let's get this shit going, shall we? Well, hello. How are we doing today, guys? Welcome to another edition of Cut the Shit Podcast. This will be episode 25. Blow those ashes right off this table here. So we're going to talk about a few things. Let's get going. But first, let's light up this cigar. This cigar is a little fatter than the ones I normally smoke. This one's my dad smokes. He's out of town, and I stole one from him. So if he's watching this video, I owe you $6. Sorry. I was out of mine, and didn't have time to get to the cigar store. In case you're curious, we both smoke Nub Connecticut's. I like the 354. He likes the 460. So if anybody was ever wondering what I seem to be smoking every single podcast, that's what it is. That's one of the reasons, I like doing the podcast, and I like smoking the cigar during it. It's my time to do that and enjoy it. So, quick Harley update. So, in the past, we talked about the Mercury retrograde and negotiating to buy my son's Harley, which my son bought, and it's in his name in that whole 9 yards. He got the 883 in the olive gold. It was a 2017. It was only a year old. He got a good deal on it, and he's happy with it. And so we're learning to ride together. I also touched on how I was dealing with a Triumph dealership because I absolutely love the bobber. But their salesmen are idiots, and they completely missed out on a sale. But I've already discussed that. And I also discussed how Harley did the things they were supposed to do, and I ended up buying myself a Harley. It was a little 883 iron, and I got it in the Bonneville Salt Denim. So if anybody asks, that's the color. Now it came all blacked out with a stage 1 kit already on it. But when I was building online, I started messing with this bronze color, or brass or bronze. I can't remember which one it is. But man, I really like that color combination on the white, especially with the brown solo seat. So part of the deal was I had them put some of the bronze stuff on it. And then I was just going to do the rest myself. I could put on my own seat. I could put on my own foot pegs, stuff like that. So tomorrow, my brown seat comes in. So I may take a picture of it once it's on and add it to this podcast, since this podcast is not going to be released for 2 weeks or so. Trying to get ahead of the podcast because I'm going to be traveling every weekend. Kansas City, and then to Florida, then to Florida again. So I got a lot of traveling planned, and I need to get some podcasts in the can to have there ready to upload on every Sunday night. So let's get into some of the Harley stuff. So the Harley dealership, I went to a different Harley dealership than what my son did. I was going to buy my bike there. My dad bought his Harley there in 2001. My son bought his there. So that Harley place and us thought it would be cool if I bought mine there too. And that way you got 3 generations that bought their Harley there, and it'd be a cool picture hang on the wall, that type of shit. But after how they handled everything, and just left a bad taste in our mouths. Again, every time you buy a car or a motorcycle or a boat, there's always that bad situation where it can leave a bad taste in your mouth. But most of the time, that's part of the game, you move on. But the way they handle things over there and their personalities and just attitudes about it really fucking sucked. So I went to a different one. So I didn't buy mine at Maverick Harley Davidson. I bought mine at Texas Harley Davidson over in Bedford, Texas. And personally, I like that Harley place a little bit better. I like the layout. It's a bigger showroom. I think they probably do more volume there. And I don't know, the people there are nice, but every dealership has nice fucking people while you're buying the shit, right? It's after you buy the shit that things can go awry. But anyways, so I worked out my deal with them, and they got my parts in, they put it on. I picked up my bike, rode it home that day, and have been having fun on it ever since. And me and my son, we've been doing some cruising together. We go to dinner together on them, and just enjoying them. So the reasons that we got the bike, we're already doing them, right? It's been in father-son time together, so it's been a good time. And so I'm gonna post some pictures up as I'm talking here of his bike, my bike, and looking all gay together on our bikes and stuff, right? But again, it's been a good time. I hadn't ridden a bike in like 25 years. So when I left the Harley dealership, it was my first time really on a bike on the street in 25 years. And I don't know, we were 18 miles from the house. So it was a little sketchy for me. My son ended up videotaping me the whole way. One, I guess he wanted to. He thought it'd be kind of cool. Two, I'm glad he did, because it's kind of a cool little memory of the ride home. But three, I think he probably did it to make sure that if I got killed, he'd have fucking video of it. So, but I didn't get killed. As you can see, I'm here. And, we're going to be actually moving from Texas to Florida. And I can't wait to ride my bike every day there. I'm not going to drive my truck that much. I'm going back to a job that I had in Florida before, which was selling boats, because I enjoy it. I don't want to get a job, right? I want to go do something fun. Wearing shorts and boat shoes and taking people out in the Gulf of Mexico on boats for test rides. It's a dream fucking job. So I plan on riding my bike to and from work, and just enjoying the fuck out of it. So on my other YouTube channel, I may just do videos of that and do bike videos and all that type of stuff. I don't know. We'll see how crazy and how much time I want to get into all that stuff. All right, so moving along, guys. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of today's shit, shall we? Part of the reason I don't like the fat cigar, I'll just take a quick little minute here, is when it first starts off, it's good and it stays put together and everything's solid. But as the cigar goes, it starts to loosen up, and too much airflow gets through it, and then it starts to get kind of hot, and then it starts to kind of fall apart, and so I'm just not a bigger fan of the 460 on the nubs. The 354, it's smaller, it's tighter, and it doesn't loosen up as much. It stays nice and tight, and the draw on it the whole way through is quality. And even when it gets to the very, very end, I almost have to hold it with a roach. It's still so solidly put together. So that's why I like the 354. And there is a little bit of a taste difference. Not much, but I think it's because the bigger one, as it gets lower, like I said, it starts getting hotter, and it just leaves a different taste in your mouth. So there's my review, if you will. I didn't plan on doing that on the nubs. So an article came out here recently, and I don't know if I still have that popped up. Let's just see by chance. It does not look like I do. Oh well, no big deal, right? The article in question is talking about Amazon. Oh, well, actually, I've got it right here. It's talking about Amazon's profits and Apple's profits. Since Amazon's inception, since their birth date, since the time they were fucking created, till now, which is May 11th of 2018. God, I had trouble reading that. I'm going to say it's the glare from the lights on my watch and not my eyesight. But since the inception of Amazon, they have made profit $9.6 billion that entire time. The entire time. Since like, what, 2008 or something of that nature, right? So 9.6 billion, don't get me wrong, that's good. But over 10 years or more, for a company that size, for what they do, providing shit to everybody around the globe, you'd expect it may be a little bit more, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I feel that way because I also, in that same article, read what Apple's profits were. And let's just talk Apple's profits. We're not going to talk about since their inception because it'd be an astronomical number. We couldn't even fucking fathom it. Let's just talk about Apple's numbers for the fiscal year 2017. And when I say numbers, let's just talk their profit number. Remember, Amazon, their entire existence since the company has been created, has only made $9.6 billion in profit. And most of that's only been in the past few years. They operated in the fucking red for a long time. Apple, 2017, $48.35 billion. So that's $48,350 million in 1 year. Apple, or Amazon, $9 billion. Apple, $48 billion, 1 year, entire existence. The first quarter of 2018, so they usually want to understand business and quarters and things of that nature. That's January, February, March. So the first 3 months of 2018, Apple made $13.8 billion in net income. 13.8 billion. That's insane. The profit margins are ridiculous, obviously. But to make 13.8 billion in profit in 3 months, when it took Amazon over 10 years to get to 9, I think says a lot about the companies. One, yes, Apple's products are expensive and probably overpriced, but the businesses ran so much fucking better than Amazon. Amazon literally has their fingers in everything. They don't just sell computers. They don't just sell phones and iPods and iPads, right? They touch fucking everything. Now, I know they're not a maker of all these things. They don't make groceries. They don't make car parts, motorcycle parts, all that shit. They do make some phones, and they do make some tablets with the Kindle and all that shit. I got that. But they're not a big player in any of those markets either, by the way. Amazon, you're doing something wrong. And you must know you're doing something wrong because here recently, I've bitched about it in the past, but it's now coming upon us. You're raising your Prime rates from $99 to $119. So that's gonna make you up a big chunk of money right there. But it's fucking ridiculous because there's so many people that use your service, so many poor people, so many middle class and under that use your service, and to charge that at now $119. Now, when you think, oh, it's an extra $20, what's the big deal on $20? Well, you're right, $20. If somebody came to me right now and said, hey, will you pay an extra $20? Not a big fucking deal. But let's say now you got a family of 4 who's making $24,000 a fucking year, right? And Christmas just passed, and now it's tax time, and now it's also time to renew their Amazon membership, and now they got to come up with $120, not $20, because that was the increase. Now it's due; it's actually $120. That $120 is pretty fucking significant to a lot of families that are living paycheck to paycheck, month to fucking month. I know. I've been there before in my past. Hell, I'm pretty much that way now. I could take a bite of $120 a little easier now than I could have maybe 20 years ago. I used to live on a tight budget. Was married, had 2 young kids, house payment, car payment, utilities, all that shit, insurance and all that crap. So $120 to pay Amazon meant that maybe us as a family couldn't go out to eat that month to a restaurant or go do something fun together. It meant that we had to stay home and, watch actual cable TV because you didn't have streaming and all that crazy shit back then. My point is, Amazon, do you really need an extra $20 from me or from this guy or from fucking that guy to be profitable? And I don't think so. When you first started, you were $79. That was a nice sweet spot. You bumped it to $99. It was kind of fucking bullshit. You should have grandfathered people who were in with you from the beginning on that shit, but whatever. It's your fucking decision. It's your fucking company. I guess the reason I bitch about this is because Jeff Bezos is literally the world's richest man. He was there for a short period of time. he's worth like 48 billion or some shit. I can't remember the number that we talked about in that podcast that was up to date at the day that we did that podcast. But he's worth multiple billions. Jeff Bezos himself, multiple fucking billions. But his company's only made 9 billion. If I'm the shareholders and I'm on people that are involved in that corporate structure, I'm asking ourselves, why has the company only made 10 billion, because it's 9.6, let's just say 10 billion since its inception, but this motherfucker over here is running around with 48 billion in his fucking pocket. Something doesn't fucking seem right. Then, for Jeff Bezos to call up somebody and say, hey, raise that price another fucking $20. A report just came out that Apple's killing us in profit. We need to make up some of that shit. Jeff Bezos, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? And this is why the rich get bad stigmas. I stick up for the rich a lot because, hey, I want to be rich one day. I want to do the things that it takes to become rich, right? Just like everybody else does. And if I become rich, I don't want to feel guilty about it. I don't have people guilt tripping me about it, because if I get rich, it's not because I fucking, won the fucking lottery. It's not because I'm like Stormy Daniels and suck off some president, take some hush money or some shit. It's because you work for it and you make things happen and you took advantage of opportunities and so forth and so on. So when the rich get hammered and talked about and shit, I generally try to defend them. But when you get somebody like Jeff Bezos worth 48 billion, richest man in the fucking world type of thing, and the company he started from the beginning, he was the CEO and all that other type of shit, and now he's raising the prices. And let's face it, out of 333 million Americans, let's just say 150 of them, half of them, because you've got kids and old elderly and stuff in those numbers. So let's just say half of them use fucking Amazon. If only 1% are fucking wealthy, that's 99% of people who are living off of budgets, who are trying to make ends fucking meet, and you're raising the prices for your services. Listen, I like it. Everybody else, I use Amazon a shit ton. I find something in a store. I'm doing exactly what Amazon wants me to do, by the way. So, kudos to you, fuckstick. So you ought to reciprocate back a little bit. If I find something in a store, I immediately get on Amazon and see if it's fucking cheaper. Like, I've been looking for riding jackets, right? $200, $300. Get on Amazon. Oop, there's one for $150. Fucking, I buy it. While I'm in the fucking store, talking to a fucking sales guy, I'm buying that shit on Amazon. So Amazon, you've trained us to do what you want us to do, which is to buy from you, which is to shop the brick and mortar stores, find what we want, and then to order it from you. So you've got the American public and probably the world doing exactly what you fucking want, eating out of your fucking hands. Don't fucking rape us, all right? Don't bend us over. Don't fucking raise prices on this shit. Now, somebody might say, well, if you order 10 products from them in a year and pay $6 each time, let's just say $6.99. So let's say $7 each time for shipping. For 10 products, that's $70. So if you order 20 products, you're at $140. So if you order 20 products or more, it pays to have it. And I get that, and I agree with that. But there's got to be a better way for them to run this business model to where they can make money off the products, even if it's a fucking dollar more. Listen, if you got a jacket that's through one of your suppliers or through you or whatever, and you're selling it for $150 and everybody else is selling it for $250, you can add $5 to the price of that jacket, and I'm still going to fucking buy it. Now you've just made $5 extra on that. If you did that to every fucking product, $1 here, $5 there, 50 cents there, depending on the pricing of all this shit, that's where you can make your fucking money up and not be sticking it to us for these extra fees just to be part of your fucking turtle club. That's a Dana Carvey reference, by the way. I think it was Master of Disguise. It was a movie. I may be wrong. Don't quote me, but I think so. So, Amazon, I love your services. I love getting on your website. I love looking at shit. I find shit I didn't even know I fucking ever wanted on there. Again, I'm doing exactly what you fucking want to do. So don't fucking overcharge us to be fucking Prime members, okay? Oh, it comes with TV. It comes with this, comes with that. I don't use that shit. I've got Apple TV. I've got Netflix. I do use Amazon Prime. I've been watching the TV show Britannia and Goliath. I like both those shows. They're Amazon exclusives. But the only reason I watch them is because I thought, Jesus Christ, I'm paying for this shit. So let's find something on here and take advantage of it. Goliath, Billy Bob Thornton, fucking great show. I don't know if season 2 is going to be as good. I got to be honest, but season 1 was refreshing and nice. Britannia, a little bit corny. It's not as quality as Vikings or Game of Thrones, but it's fucking good. It fills the gap. So there's a quick review on those two as well. So, anyways, that's it on the Amazon bullshit. Once you know the page failed to open. Way to go, Amazon. Let's talk about this high school girl who wore a Chinese inspired dress, like what a geisha would wear or something, to her prom. And she wore it because she thought it was pretty and it looked good on her. And you had some fucking cat. Let me see if I can find his shit here. Okay, so I guess her name is Miss Daum, D-A-U-M. She shared pictures on social media of her prom night. And a Twitter user named Jerry Lamb, L-A-M, hotly responded in a post that has been retweeted nearly 42,000 times. Are you fucking kidding me? "My culture is not your prom dress," he wrote, adding profanity for an effect. "I'm proud of my culture," he wrote in another post, "for it to simply be subject to American consumerism and cater to a white audience is parallel to colonial ideology." Mr. Lamb, you're a fucking idiot. You're a sensitive fucking pussy. I'm so sick of this cultural appropriation. I think I've touched on this 3 or 4 fucking times throughout these podcasts. Cultural appropriation is bullshit. It's a fucking handle for you tools to fucking wield when you're fucking feeling sensitive or fucking marginalized or some stupid fucking shit. It's ridiculous. There's no such thing as cultural appropriation. Every fucking race, every fucking nationality steals from others, right? Oh, let's talk about that for a minute while we're at it here, huh? So here is somebody continuing on in that article. "I am very proud to have our culture recognized by people in other countries," someone's called Snail Trail, nice, commented on the post. "It's ridiculous to criticize this as cultural appropriation," Zhu Yizhan, a Hong Kong-based cultural commentator, said in a telephone interview. "From the perspective of a Chinese person, if a foreign woman wears a kipao, Q-I-P-A-O, kipao, I don't know, and thinks she looks pretty, then why shouldn't she wear it? If anything, the uproar surrounding Mrs. Daum's press prompted many Chinese to reflect on examples of cultural appropriation in their own country." They go on. "So does that mean when we celebrate Christmas and Halloween, it's also cultural appropriation?" Asked one user named Larissa. "No, it doesn't mean that. You're okay to do that. It's okay. Just like she's okay to wear this fucking dress. Everybody steals from fucking everybody, okay? Let's just say the very first people in, science and all this other shit debates this crap, but let's say the very fucking first person was from Africa, okay? And then it grew out from there. You had people from Africa, and you had going to Europe and China and everything else. Everybody at that point started creating their own little cultures, own styles, hairstyles, dress styles, what the fuck ever. People in Africa saw things that people in England were doing and copied some of that shit. People in Europe saw what people in China were doing and copied some of that fucking shit. People in America, then when they came here, came over in their fucking pilgrim type garbs, right? You know what I'm talking about, the fucking hats, the big bows, and all that bullshit that you always see for Thanksgiving shit. But then they created, the cowboy wear based off of the environment and the things that they needed to do to feel comfortable, look good, and to work for their needs. Then other countries saw this and said, that's a good fucking idea. Australia then has cowboys who dress like American cowboys and shit, right? New Zealand, fucking even places in Europe have the cowboy fucking look. It's not cultural appropriation. It's saying, that's a good fucking idea. I'm going to incorporate it into my shit. That's all it fucking is. Same with the fucking hair, okay? Same with the fucking music. Same with fucking movies. All that fucking shit, okay? Motorcycles, cars, every fucking thing. There's no such thing as cultural appropriation, you fucks. It's taking things that are good ideas, tipping your hat to it, and then using it. It's happened since the dawn of time, and it's going to continue to fucking happen, okay? Apple makes the iPad, right? Was it cultural appropriation when other countries then started knocking it off and using their own versions of it? Shit, no, it's a fucking great idea, and I'm gonna create a patent that's a little bit different, but it's the fucking same, and sell that shit. It's not cultural appropriation, okay? Bruno Mars singing the songs that he sings isn't cultural appropriation, you fucks. God damn, I'm just so sick of this. So let me read a little bit more here. To Chinese, it's not sacred, and it's not that meaningful, speaking of the dress, said Hung Huang, a Beijing-based writer and fashion blogger in an interview. So we got a fashion blogger jumping on this. Nowadays, if you see a woman wearing a capello, she's probably a waitress in a restaurant or a bride. So there's Chinese saying, listen, we don't even give a fuck about these things. Anybody that wears them actually kind of maybe a little bit lower fucking class, or they're getting married or some shit. The uproar surrounding the prom dress highlights America's growing and increasingly complex conversation about race. No, it doesn't. It highlights America's fucking idiocy with these millennials screaming of cultural appropriation about fucking everything. Several recent episodes have shown that Asians and Asian Americans do not always see eye to eye. You know what that means? Asians aren't walking around butthurt, aren't walking around like a couple big fucking vaginas when somebody wears something that they fucking created. Asian Americans, fucking pussies. Crying about, oh, don't wear this, don't wear that. That's, you know, that's not, that shirt isn't my, you know, my culture, my religion, all this other shit. Just shut the fuck up. It's fucking ridiculous, and nobody wants to fucking hear it. That's my son calling me. I got to go follow him home from work on a motorcycle ride. So let's see if we can't speed a few things up here. So that's my take on that whole fucking shit. This girl wearing the prom dress, God love her. Let her fucking wear the prom dress. Everybody else, shut the fuck up about it. That leads me into the next one. Millennials. You fucks. I mean, I'm on you guys all the time. Let me just say this. You don't have opinions on how the world should work. You don't get to have an opinion on how the world should work. Not until you've either graduated college and got a job and bought your fucking first house, graduated high school, got married, had kids, something of this nature. To be 24, 25, 26, still living with your fucking parents, not paying rent to them. You're still on their fucking insurance. You're still on their car insurance. Oh, mommy, daddy still pay for your fucking cell phone. Those motherfuckers think they have a working knowledge of how the world works and how the world should be. You need to sit the fuck down and shut up, because you have no fucking clue. In your basement playing Xbox and driving around your fucking car that your mommy and daddy bought you and pay for your insurance. They'll probably give you gas money too, pussy. Get out in the real world. Fucking buy a house. Rent an apartment. Buy your own fucking car. Try to live with the money that you're making. Try to budget with the fucking money you're making. Try to buy your clothes, your food, your utilities, all that shit that's entailed in being a big boy, you know, being a big girl, being an adult, okay? Go out into the real world and adult for a fucking few years. And then have a conversation with me about how you think the world should work. How you think we should change things to better this fucking planet. Until then, shut the fuck up. I'm not going to listen to anybody still living at home at mommy and daddy's house at 24 years of fucking age spout an opinion on how the world should fucking work. It's not going to happen. You have no credibility. You have no experience. You have nothing to back your ass up on anything that comes out of your fucking mouth. Oh, you're in college. Great. Are you on a scholarship? Okay. Oh, who's paying for it? Mommy and daddy? Oh. You still have no fucking opinion on how the world works because you're still not out in it. You're in fucking college. You're living in a dorm. You're living with some friends. What the fuck ever. You're still living with mommy and daddy and commuting. You're partying. You're drinking. You're fucking. Good fucking for you. You're supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to have an opinion or tell us motherfuckers how the world is going to work. Oh, you're in high school still? David Hogg and all these others. You're going to tell us how to fucking run the government, how to fucking run the world, how to run our fucking lives? Fuck you. You've got no say-so. Sit the fuck down. Just like a fucking job. Take your lumps. Get your experience. You know, fucking climb the ladder a little bit. Then come talk to us. Okay? But until then, don't. So let me tell you, in my 20s, I was probably a liberal, right? And then when I started making my real first paychecks, and then I get married, and I have kids, and I bought a house, and I'm starting to see my taxes go out the fucking window, and I'm hearing about stupid things taxes are buying. You know, $500 fucking hammers for the government, $1,500 fucking toilets and shit. I start to get a little fucking pissed off. If I'm a billionaire, I'm not buying a $500 fucking hammer. Fuck you. The $25 hammer at Home Depot will do just fine. So, you know, by my late 20s, early 30s, I'm starting to fucking change. I like to say I'm fiscally conservative and socially liberal. I'm cool with a lot of things on the social side of our lives that are a little bit more liberal. You know what? You do you. I'll do me. As long as you don't step on my toes, hurt me or my family, I don't give a fuck what you do. Fuck Billy Goats in the backyard with your grandma videotaping you. I don't give a rat's ass. More power to you. But when you start trying to do things that are stepping on my toes or hurting my family or hurting my income or restricting my freedoms, that's where I got a fucking problem with it. All you silly fucks out there, by the time you're 30, if you're not still living with mommy and daddy and you own your own house and you have a job and kids and you're trying to make it through this fucking world, you'll start to see that the fiscally liberal people, that's not the way to fucking go. You will become more conservative on the fiscal side of things. You will become more conservative towards the government side of things. You don't want government in your fucking business all the time. Just look at India. We just talked about this here not too long ago on a podcast. They scanned 1.1 billion people's irises and faces and fingerprints to put into the fucking system. Now these motherfuckers know every move these motherfuckers make over there. Is that the type of government you want fucking here? That you go to fucking Walmart and take a fucking shit and everybody in NSA and FBI and CIA know about it? I don't want to live in that fucking Orwellian bullshit. So don't come at me. Don't make videos. Don't be on TV being 22, 23, 24, living at mommy and daddy's house or in college on somebody else's fucking dime, talking about how the fucking world should work and you've got ideas on how to fucking fix it. That shit ain't gonna fly. It ain't gonna fly with anybody who's got some hair on their fucking balls and has been out in the world a little bit and knows what's really the fuck up. Get the fuck out there, live on your own, and then fucking talk to us. All right. Like I said, I got to scoot. I got to go meet my kid. The sun's going down. It's his first time riding this bike at night, and he just wanted me to follow him, make sure everything's cool for his first time. And as a parent, I appreciate him asking me, and I want to do that. So thanks again for joining us for another episode of Cut the Shit Podcast. Again, this was episode 25. Yes, I had to look to make sure my episode number was correct. As always, visit www.cuttheshitalready.com. You can find all the past episodes and so forth and so on. I'm cutting this short because I got to go. And as Ron Burgundy always says, stay classy. And until next time, guys, thanks a lot.